News has been really slow, except for my rants about 30 frames per second. That said, there have been a few developments, including some cases against the FTC that could likely won't, but could have an impact on the Activision Blizzard uh, thing going on, the trial that's upcoming with the FTC. So let's talk about some of the updates I haven't missed, like Joseph Stayton leaving, and some of the more important dates coming up for everything Activision Blizzard. Let's get into it now. So the first one that I saw a lot of people talking about was this post from Kimberly Robertson. In Axon, SCOTUS says challenge to FTC and SEC structure can continue in federal court. The case is deciding along with challenge to SEC administrative law judges in number whatever. Cochran background on the case here. Now, if you remember not that long ago, when Microsoft and Activision originally filed the Activision Blizzard thing, they actually challenged the entire structure of the FTC. Well, it does say that this could potentially end up being a thing longer term. Here's a few quotes from the article really quick. The justices are considering whether those facing agency claims can go straight to federal court with constitutional challenges, including attacks on the use of in-house judges to handle cases. Critics say the system gives agencies an unfair home field advantage. What sense does it make for a claim that goes to the very structure of the agency having to go through the administrative process? Justice Samuel Alito asked. Now, I think what they're alluding to is basically like it's a one-stop shop for suing mega corporations or big corporations. And my read on the Supreme Justices are that they want it to be a fair playing field, so there might be challenges there. But people who know more about this stuff did comment, so let's read what they have to say. Florian Mueller said, note that this is bad for the FTC, but doesn't necessarily mean much for the Microsoft Activision Blizzard case, because one, it only means that a constitutionally questions can be litigated in federal court, and doesn't mean yet any cases can just be referred to district court until someone gets a federal court ruling that declares those FTC in-house lawsuits unconstitutional. And two, Microsoft Activision Blizzard dropped the he mentions what I mentioned here, unconstitutionally defenses from their responses in the FTC complaint. Doesn't mean they waived them in federal court, but still an indication. The FTC can't block Microsoft Activision Blizzard without a preliminary injunction from a federal district court. It won't realistically get one. Unlike in the private, at least somewhat Sony-supported private lawsuit in San Francisco, the FTC wouldn't have to post bond, by the way. If there was some really undesirable escalation between the FTC and Microsoft, the constitutionality question could come up again. The FTC would argue Microsoft Activision waived it by dropping it from their responses to the FTC complaint, but district court might not view it that way. I would generally recommend to the FTC to regain a more responsible reputation, which, as by setting the Microsoft Activision Blizzard case, the agency is now going to have to defend the constitutionality of those in-house adjudicative proceedings, should come across as reasonable. And the problem is a lot of people have said that the FTC case doesn't particularly come across as reasonable. A lot of people don't understand why it went to court so quick, and even the arguments seem quite flimsy. Let's hear what Rick Hogue had to say also on Twitter. He said, Axon decided in Microsoft Activision Blizzard news, Microsoft could conceivably bring a challenge to the entire concept of the FTC's administrative hearing. So he says that this is a bigger potential than I believe Florian Mueller said. I said it before, but it didn't make much sense to me for SCOTUS to pick this case up if it wasn't going to go this way, but still, you never know. Text of unanimous opinion, and he links to the full 47-page document, and he comments on this. Competence and expertise. The commission knows a good deal about competition policy, but nothing special about the separation of powers. For that reason, we observed 2 terms ago, agency adjudications are generally ill-suited to address structural constitutional challenges like those maintained here. So they're basically saying it's structurally strange as it currently stands. At least that's my understanding of it. And Hogue says, the court is quite generous to the expertise of 2023's FTC, but not enough to prevent the commission from having another very bad day amidst a string of them. The FTC has been going through a series of challenges over the last several days. And yeah, it doesn't look good. I'm going to go over to some general Microsoft news that has been happening over the last few days. Before I do, if you like my content, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Thank you so much for watching thus far. I do appreciate you very much. If you're already subscribed, hit that like button. Going to the next thing, Florian Mueller, not that long ago, also said, while Sony does have some valid concerns, I think it might be the one that's getting borderline irrational, not the CMA UK Gov, responding to the Verge article. Like virtually all reporters, he's talking about the Verge reporting. The important part here was that I wanted to talk about how Sony's arguments have been a little strange lately, and they're still going to the same arguments that have been swatted down repeatedly, and I've kind of talked about that. Itis over on Reset Era talks about the following. It says the next key dates. So next week, April 17th, 21st, Microsoft should respond to the CMA remedies working paper. So we'll get some interesting stories there. Late April, the EC will keep assessing the market tests conducted for the remedies proposed by Microsoft. April 18th, that is the $2.5 billion. April 26th is the final report and remedies from the CMA. We're going to get the decision from New Zealand on April 28th. May, the decision from China. May 12th, the Gamers lawsuit. We'll get a dual U.S. court hearing about whether the deal would cause immediate irreparable harm to consumers, as well as the issue of the bond to be posted by the plaintiffs. Provisional deadline for the EC. July 18th is the $3 billion date. August is the FTC in-house trial, and early 2024 would be the administrative judge making their decision. I don't know why, but my camera looks yellow today, and it's throwing me off. So those are some dates about Activision Blizzard. Also wanted to touch on the fact that Joseph Stayton is, in fact, leaving Microsoft. Hey, folks, I am indeed leaving Microsoft. I'll have more info to share soon, but for now, I'd just like to thank all my Xbox colleagues for all their understanding and support as I embark on a new adventure. Jason Ronald over at Xbox said thank you, and Stayton said thanks, Jason, right back at you. Mike Ibarra said best of luck, Joseph. Let's catch up soon. Thanks, Mike. Sounds good. Mike Brown, best of luck for the future, Joe. Onwards and upwards. Mike Brown is creative director at Maverick Games, over working on Forza. Appreciate it, Mike. John Halo 69, John Halo Heart, and Aaron Greenberg said, I have so many great memories working with you over the years, Joseph. Wish you nothing but happiness and success and whatever is next for you, friend. Great memories indeed. So all in all, positive interactions between current Microsoft employees and Joseph Stayton. Joseph Stayton was a very important person on the Halo development team, especially when he came back to sort of set things right and hopefully figure out whatever they're going to end up doing with the story. I do have a lot of concerns about the current state of 343 and what the future of the Halo franchise looks like. Halo has sort of been in this weird spot where it's still sort of fun to play multiplayer, but it kind of came and went really fast, didn't get the support it needed a lot of multiplayer support. Like Season 3 is feeling like where we should have been in Season 1 of the game, and it just took too long to get there, in my opinion. And one other small update, well, for me anyway, it was small, but for some people this is huge. We're taking a big step in our mission to expand the joy and community of gaming to all players, bringing Xbox Game Pass PC to 40 new countries today. From all of us on the team all around the world, welcome to Xbox. So Xbox Game Pass on PC is now going wider than ever before, 40 new countries. That is awesome. Let's just take a look at the article and we can talk about which countries are listed. So here is a full list of all the places that it's coming to now. A great expansion for gamers looking to get reasonably priced access to a whole lot of games. I would have loved that when I was a kid, and I think a lot of people who watch this channel would agree with that. Thanks for watching, everybody. The news has been very, very slow, but if you want to know when I post, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. I'll do my best to keep up with the stories as they come in or do videos like this. I'm recording this on Sunday. I think I'll just post it as the Monday morning video so you're all caught up to start your week. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Thank you to the members for supporting the channel. I really appreciate you. If you want to become a member and watch these first and without any ads, you can do so by clicking that join button right down there. Thank you so much. And before I go, check out this video about the latest thing that we heard about Activision Blizzard, the more substantial media stuff. It's right here. And I'm going to get out of here. I'll see you for the next one. Bye for now, everybody.